a lot of conveyor belts here, but this one's got a bit of a difference. And to tell us all about it, we've got Pete from MDS, the supplier, the distributor from CEIA products. So how are you doing, first of all?
Very well, thank you.
Good, good, good. Now we're talking metal detectors. This is a conveyor belt with a built-in metal detector on it.
Yes, that's right, yeah. This has got metal detectors on for checking normally packaged products, and also this having two metal detectors on, we can check products packaged in foil as well. So the idea behind the system is we fit it as near the end of the production line as we can. The products come down the line through the metal detector. If there's something we think is contaminated with metal, then it's rejected into the reject bin.
So that's what this arm here is for. It just pushes it across.
The system is, and this is the reject bin, which is locked. And then the product goes in, and the rest of the products on the line are run uninterrupted, so the line carries on running as normal.
So you'd have a conveyor belt at this end to send the product down, and you continue the line through it.
Yep, yep. Usually, like I say, as near to the end of the production process as possible. So it's virtually the last thing that happens with your food before it gets to the shops. It passes through one of these just to check its integrity and that it's fully safe.
Now, obviously, it's a very crucial part. We don't want to have metal in our food on most occasions. So here you say you have two metal detectors built in. What's the reason for having both?
Okay, so the two systems. This type of metal detector is suitable for food that is packaged in poly wrap or cardboard. And then this metal detector is for food that's packaged with foil, because obviously foil is metal, so it presents quite a challenge to us technically to make sure that we're not rejecting the pack just because it's packaged in foil. So this can ignore the foil and look for the contamination on its own.
I see. So depending on how you package your product, would you base your decision on which one you go for?
Absolutely, yes. So only one of the metal detectors will be active at any one time, and that is the beauty of this system. It gives you the flexibility for whatever type of packaging we can meet that challenge.
So how does metal get into food? I'm just thinking, what is it? Is it people with rings falling off into the food, or?
Well, that can be an issue, I guess. You wouldn't normally, though, tend to see that. The most likely reason for metal contamination in your food is the processors themselves typically going 24/7. So we've got cutting arms, we've got blades, we've got knives, all sorts of machinery like this. And over a period of time, even with good maintenance, little bits of them fall off. And it gets into the food, and then as the food itself is processed, the metal is also processed into it, maybe even chopped down even smaller. And that's typically the reason we would see metal contamination in the food.
And because you have a system like this, it can pick up very small particles.
Absolutely, yeah, very, very small particles of metal. The systems then are regularly checked in line with the codes of compliance from the supermarkets. Typically every half hour to every hour, the company would put a pack through the metal detector with metal detector test sample in it, just to make sure the metal detector is doing what it should do. It should get rejected into the bin as part of the test.
Right, okay, and if we move further down the line, so we've got this one here for a certain shape package, but if you've got something that's more upright like this, like a bag or bottles, you have this one.
Absolutely. So the idea of this system, again, it's application specific, so it's excellent for upright packages like this, even jars, bottles, anything upright. Will come through this metal detector, so it's all shaped to suit the profile of the product. But after that, the principle is exactly the same. As it comes through the metal detector, if we've got contamination in the pack, then the reject arm will operate and it will put the suspected contaminated pack into the reject bin out of harm's way, and the line will keep running as normal without any interruption to the product flow.
Right, okay, now there's lots of other products here as well, but tell us a little bit about MDS and what you guys actually do. We mentioned CEIA to start with, but what do MDS actually supply?
Okay, MDS, we're the UK distributor for CEIA. CEIA are a manufacturer of metal detection equipment. They're based in Italy, so they make a wide range of equipment for the food industry, for the pharmaceutical industry, for the textile industry. You can get metal in clothes, broken needles, which is quite dangerous, particularly in baby clothes, stuff like that. So it's very important it's checked that it's safe. So MDS, as a distributor, we sell this stuff, we look after it from a service point of view, we'll carry out validations to make sure it's working, training of the staff, everything like that.
So how similar is something like this, apart from it being a lot smaller, how similar is it to an airport metal detector?
The principle is very much the same. They work on slightly different frequencies because looking for different types of things. The airport stuff is designed to look for typical detonators in explosives or necessary parts for a weapon, which is a specific type of metal. So it will be tuned to pick up that specifically, whereas these are more broadly ranged. We want to see all types of metal. So that is the main difference, and obviously, as you touched on, the size as well.
Absolutely. Now, an event like this, coming to this sort of show at the NEC, how important is it for your company to showcase what you can offer?
Yeah. Oh, this is a great opportunity for MDS to highlight the CEIA range of equipment. It brings public awareness of us. Our existing customers can come and talk to us, talk about ongoing orders, but also it's great for attracting new customers, which everybody's got to do. So really good.
Fantastic. Thank you very much there, Pete. Real pleasure. There you go, Pete here at the PPMA show. Do check him out, MDS.